In the top stories, Prime Minister Drew outlines government's response to crime. Installation ceremony of first woman Governor General set for Saturday, and police debunk beware notice being circulated on social media. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Get the kind of value you love that's unmatched at Courts now. We're unmatched in quality and prices. Buy any item and get up to 30% off the second item of same or equal value store-wide. When you shop with Ready Finance, you can get it now with no cash and pay over time. Now that's unmatched value. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply. Promotion runs February 28, 2023.
In cricket, there are a few essentials. A bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. The government's response to the recent upsurge in violent crimes was one of the topics addressed when Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew met with members of various media houses on Friday. He said the government is approaching it from several fronts, one of which is the revamping of the Alternative Lifestyle or PEACE program.
One of our first measures is to strengthen what is called the Alternative Lifestyle Program, to strengthen it so that those who are on that program can be given the opportunity to really transform themselves. And so we have started a process of registering with of course, the intention of getting to know who the persons are, what are their goals and aspirations, because we definitely want to give them more opportunities. So we have started that process, of course.
The Prime Minister said they will also be steering the youth away from negative influences by boosting developmental programs such as the Cadet Corps.
In the Defence Force, we'll once again build out the Defence Force Corps in terms of the youth that we call the Cadet Corps, and that has been going well. We have also started to consult with consultants who will now start in earnest a program specifically geared at youths at risk. That program is due to start, I would say, next month or two, where we'll actually give options to them.
Regarding the police force itself, Prime Minister Drew said they are in the process of providing more training opportunities for officers.
We are now in the process of having a consultant who will help us tremendously with the training of the police officers. What we are saying is that training is always good. It's always important. And if it's the right training, there's always room for improvement. So that too will be a hallmark of the new way going forward.
Other topics addressed during the engagement with the press were the Poverty Alleviation Program, health, and the installation of the new Governor General, Her Excellency Marcella Liburd. Citizens and residents are invited to virtually view the installation ceremony of the first woman Governor General of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. The historic event will see Her Excellency Marcella Liburd JP installed at Government House on Saturday at 5 p.m. and will be attended by invitation only. The installation ceremony will be broadcast live on ZIZ Radio 96 FM and ZIZ Television Channel 5 in St. Kitts and Channel 98 in Nevis. It will also be streamed live at www.zizonline.com and on ZIZ's YouTube channel. Her Excellency was sworn in at Government House on February 1st as the 5th Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis before a small group of attendees, including Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, ministers, and invited guests. Her Excellency Liburd succeeds His Excellency Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, GCMG CVO KCJP LLD 72, who was appointed Head of State on 1st September 2015 and served until January 31st, 2023. Past Governors General include His late Excellency Sir Clement Arundel, GCMG CVO QC 1983 to 1996, His late Excellency Sir Cuthbert Sebastian, GCMG OBE KSTJ ED 1996 to 2013, and His Excellency Sir Edmund Lawrence, GCMG OBE 2013 to 2015. The Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force is denouncing the credibility of a notice and branding it as fake. In a statement on Friday afternoon, the police said, quote, "A notice being circulated on social media purporting to have been disseminated by the organization regarding high alert areas is absolutely fake," end quote. The statement continued that no such notice was created nor disseminated by the police, and the information is false. The police say any information the force intends to share with the public will be done through the official social media platform of the force and through bona fide media partners. 11 police officers from the ranks of superintendent to corporal received their letters of confirmation on Wednesday, February 1st. The letters were handed over by Commissioner of Police Hilroy Brandy during a brief ceremony in his office. Confirmed were Superintendent James Sutton, Superintendent Everton Mitchum, Superintendent James Francis, Inspector Carleen Phipps, Inspector Jasper Carty, Sergeant Charmaine Ordain, Sergeant Jason Ordain, Sergeant Javern Weeks, Sergeant Vivian Caesar, Corporal Granville Chapman, and Corporal Randolph Diamond. The officers who were previously acting in the rank are now formally appointed to the posts. Commissioner Brandy reminded the officers that they were in these positions to supervise people and to ensure that the men and women under their command learn and grow. He also reminded them that they need to hold people accountable, adding that it was the only way to maintain discipline in the force. After the break, IMF advises climate change adaptation for economic stability, and History and Heritage Month launched. Stay with us.
Here are your Hot Ones Value Mart IGA specials running January 26th to February 8th. Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Bigelow Teas, $9.99. IGA and Essential Everyday Pancake Syrup, $9.99. Dole Juice Blends, $12.99. Shoppers Value Ice Cream, $35.99. Bird's Eye Corner the Cob, $16.99. Downy Fabric Softener April Fresh, $25.49. And now, our very low weekly value deals. IG and Essential Everyday Pancake Mix, $9.99. IG and Essential Everyday Chunk Light Tuna, $3.49. Extra Liquid Detergent, $22.99. Crunch and Munch, $4.99. And Hammer the other one, $7.99. Boost Nutritional Drinks, $8.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart.
We embarked a couple of years ago on a transformation program, and that is essentially to push the company into the 21st century. We're seeking to continue to be relevant, continue to be the leader in the business community, because if you stand still, somebody else is moving ahead of you.
We now employ about 110 persons on Nevis across the group. Back then we probably had half of them.
TVC impacted people's lives. Have about a handful of people who will tell you, TVC is my life.
Supporting stakeholders, obviously very, very strong and committed staff, and customers who believe in us.
Well, the scholarship program is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best in St. Kitts.
Almost every year you get a student who says, one day I'm going to be Prime Minister.
I was interviewing for the Warrell Tyson Scholarship Program. Eventually was told a few weeks later that I was a successful recipient. Those soft skills, I think, were tremendous and still serve me even up to today.
There is no better time to discover what your National Bank Visa debit or black cards can do.
Mimi, what's that song?
It can get you out of a pickle. Using my National Bank Visa card is fast, secure, and convenient.
Cashless SKN is our new lifestyle choice. National Bank, always here.
Welcome back. Following the conclusion of a recent IMF mission to the Federation, the International Monetary Fund is suggesting that St. Kitts and Nevis is on the right path of climate change adaptation, having economic stability through natural disaster resilience and climate change adaptation policies. In a January 31st report issued after the mission, lead Alexander Chailloux said, quote, enhancing natural disaster preparedness will require resolute policy implementation over the coming decades. Climate change adaptation policies, which will require substantial fiscal outlays, can improve welfare and achieve economic and fiscal sustainability. A long-term policy package should include higher resilient infrastructure spending, an optimal insurance framework against natural disasters, and renewable energy transition investment, end quote. The IMF welcomed the government's decision to create a sovereign wealth fund, which will be used to safeguard the country's investments in international markets and industries over the long term. Regarding the fund, Mr. Chailloux said, quote, this fund should be set up based on international best practices and aim to accumulate national wealth, finance resilient investment, and ensure adequate buffers, end quote. The IMF report stated that continued structural policy efforts are needed to strengthen competitiveness by enhancing the labor market and encouraging economic diversification. St. Kitts and Nevis is once again celebrating History and Heritage Month as the global celebration of Black History Month is observed this February. History and Heritage Month 2023 is guided by the theme Celebrating 400 Years of Ancestral Creativity and Ingenuity. Minister of Culture, Honorable Samuel Duggins, launched the month of activities with an address in which he spoke of the educational value of the observance of History and Heritage Month.
I want to reiterate my own personal commitment to continue working in support of their efforts and lend my ministry support in this important endeavor. This presents an important opportunity to promote greater knowledge, understanding, and appreciation of the history, heritage, and culture of our country among our citizens as we work to engender a robust and expressive spirit of national identity and pride.
Minister Duggins encouraged the supporting of the culture and heritage of our ancestors.
Today, we celebrate their legacy and the contributions they have made to the world. We pay homage to the creativity, ingenuity, and resilience of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, particularly the important connection we share with the African continent. And so, as we celebrate 400 years of African ancestral creativity and ingenuity in the Caribbean, let us recommit ourselves to promoting and supporting the rich cultural heritage of the people of our ancestral lineage, both at home and abroad.
History and Heritage Month is coordinated by Brimstone Hill Fortress National Park Society, Nevis Historical and Cultural Society, St. Christopher National Trust, and the Department of Culture. In keeping with its mandate to support food producers and transform the agricultural sector in the Federation, the government has sought to resolve the ongoing agricultural inputs and chemical shortage affecting farmers. In a brief interview with the ministry's Media and Communications Unit on Thursday, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Marine Resources and Cooperatives, Miguel Fleming, revealed that inputs and chemicals will now be reliably available for farmers by the end of the month.
Lately, we have been experiencing a number of issues in terms of the supply of inputs, the availability of inputs. So because of discussions the ministry has had with farmers, we were able to select and identify the right pesticides and other inputs that are used on their farms to ensure that they're available for purchase. The ministry is happy to announce that by the end of this month, farmers will be able to purchase inputs on a more consistent basis.
He stated that the ministry is ensuring that farmers are involved in the decision-making process so that their needs are being met. Chief Education Officer Francil Morris represented St. Kitts and Nevis at a two-day Commonwealth of Learning CAL Caribbean Focal Points meeting in Kingston, Jamaica from January 30th to 31st. In a release from the Education Media Unit, Mr. Morris explained that the meeting, quote, aimed to identify specific national and regional priorities that can be implemented within the context of the CAL's Strategic Plan 2021-2027 and highlight the role of CAL's focal points and strengthen the network, end quote. CAL first introduced a network of CAL focal points in 2006 and today continues to host triennial meetings to update focal points on its work in their region and the wider Commonwealth and to consult with them on regional and national priorities. Other participating member states of the Commonwealth of Nations across the Caribbean were Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, Barbados, Grenada, Guyana, Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Trinidad and Tobago. Coming up in regional news, arrangements being fine-tuned for the removal of work permits for CARICOM nationals in Antigua and Barbuda. The details